us this morning. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the show for 2024. Starting our arena program this morning with a parade of tractors, as you can see. And one of them, just across here at the top of the moment, is one of the Grey Fergies. Now, the Grey Fergie was the tractor which really changed the face of farming, because Harry Ferguson had come up with something like this to the back of the tractor. You can see there the carry truck on it. There were various items, 37 I think it was in total that you could put on the back of this thing. And it was a tremendous idea, and everybody decided, hey, hang on, we ought to be doing that. And it became the standard. You'll find practically every tractor in the world nowadays got a 3-point linkage on the back of it. Some of them got it on the front as well, which makes them a tool carrier at the same time. I saw some pictures on the web of an enormous tractor going along. It had 2 8-furrow ploughs on the back and another one on the front. There's 24 furrows in one pass, and you'd have had to run to keep up with it. I often wonder what the old farmers would have thought that ploughing years ago, back in the Victorian times, where you had a horse and a single furrow plough and you had to walk 11 miles to plough 8 in a day. Well, these little tractors were driven either by petrol or paraffin, or diesel, something like diesel. And you may find the odd one. There's one in here today, but very often you'll find sometimes there's one with a gold-painted engine. Why no, there's a gold-painted engine? It's simply because Harry Ferguson had a paint salesman go and said, I've got 100 gallons of gold paint to get rid of. I'll buy it, he said. So he did, and the guy very straight to start these things up. Of course, in those days, you had even weather protection. You had a bit of the tractor driver was an old potato sack over your shoulder, keep the rain off, which wasn't particularly good, but that's the way it was. And then things improved a bit over the tractor. And there's one of those strange things, if you hire somebody to come and drive the tractor for you, then you have to have a roll cage on the thing, because quite easy for a tractor to climb the gears, as it were, and turn over on its back. If you're driving the tractor yourself, well, you don't have such things, but straightforward regulations over this country.
2 people for an hour, and then you get a bit of tea and cake after. It's £1 a ticket. Come and have a go. Try your luck with the raffle. Okay, here we go. So we've got the long wing in the air. He goes by the name of Lance, and he's actually a hybrid falcon. He's a cross between 2 different species. We have Seika and we have red-naped Shaheen. Now look at his design, guys. We're talking about a long wing. We've got long, swept back, pointed wings. We've got a relatively compact body and a fairly short tail. Everything here is designed for aerodynamics and speed, making these guys the fastest living things on the planet. Quicker than anything else.
If you've got children with you, please make sure you know what they're doing, where they are, especially later on. This afternoon we have the heavy machinery running around, steam engines. We've got 14 minutes past 12 o'clock.
we are using a remote to lift the vehicle, but we also have the opportunity, should need be, of controls in the back lockers that are actually also able to control what happens to the winches and the booms. So as you can see, we're coming up to the point of no return, and you'll see the tractor unit now has tipped to the left, which is now ready for it to go on all 4 wheels or 6 wheels, and the trailer itself is now moving through, ready for the actual drop down. Now you can just lift this up on the side that we are, on the right hand side, and drop the trailer down onto the floor. It does go with a bang, it's not very professional. The load that's inside will be damaged, and that is something that we try and avoid. With a container lorry, recovery is very, very easy, keeping the load inside, because the box is made of hard metal with stabilisers in it. It's a container lorry, and that will hold its load quite happily. We're now at the point of no return. The furthest winch now has the weight of the vehicle, and the nearest one to our lorry is now slack. So it's all now being held on the furthest winch.
Well, yes, you hit the nail on the head there. Thanks to advances in modern medicine, diagnosis and treatment has improved a lot. And of course, people are living longer. And what it means for cancer patients and sufferers is that they're actually living longer with cancer. The treatments are getting better. So
that's where they will go back to. So, for many of you who've seen David before, he doesn't farm very far away from here, where he has just under 400 acres, of which 280 is arable crop and the remainder is grass for the sheep. There's a flock of 400 breeding ewes, and these lamb during March, so that during the summer months there's in the region of 1,400 sheep on the premises. So these dogs do know what a proper day's work is all about. So we buy ewe lambs from the north, these sort of north country mules, in sort of end of September, October time, and then we run them round for a year before they go to the ram, and then they lamb in the March when they are just 2 years of age. Now there are people who do lamb them at a year old, but this system works for us and it suits our farming, so that we have sheep to bring to shows such as this during the summer months. So David has trained all of these dogs himself, and the training usually begins when they're about 5 months old. But just like us, it does depend on the interest and ability that they show at that time. Normally by the time they're 12 to 18 months of age, they would be fully trained. But fully trained in the fact that they've been to university and now they need to get the practical experience that goes behind it. So we would usually say that a dog is fully trained by the time they're sort of 3 to 4 years of age. So you'll see how David is trying to get the dogs into a semicircular formation around those sheep, and then he will gradually guide them to take them through the obstacle. Just gradual movements by those dogs will hopefully just turn the sheep to get them where David wants them to go. But as you can see, when you're working with animals, it's always unpredictable.
I can see from here.
15, 12, 10, 8, 5, 3-ton version. The 3-ton version, of course, is used for pavements. Been used for heavy transport, towing stuff around. I think I'm heavy transport nowadays. And the sort of thing you've been buying, enormous loads of close to loads.
Drive it, don't you?
People just picking up phones from us that got lost on the ground. Chaos. And a compound engine coming down. Compound, what's that all about? Why do you have it? But if you want traction, if you want real pulling power, you can't beat the steam engine. It will always win over the top. And don't ever argue with one. I don't know if you won't win the argument. So an agricultural engine going past you. That sort of thing that was being used for driving turf cutters and windmills and that sort of thing. And perhaps a saw bench, and probably might have been used for towing a bit of timber around the place and carts playing and things. And you used to get estate tractors that worked on estates for years. In fact, very often the delivery driver who took the engine from the manufacturer to the big house, like the one we've got behind us here, will actually end up staying on as the driver of the engine. That's how it used to work in those days. Steamroller coming in called Bertha. Big single cylinder engine there. Well, there's no need for it to be a bit complicated. What you're looking for is weight on the rollers to roll down the tarmac. Or in this case, because it happens to have the scarifier on the back, it would have been rolling what are known as waterbound roads. So the gravel roads that we had before tarmac came along. Tell that because it's got the scarifier on the back. It doesn't have the stroke pipes for putting water on the rollers to stop the tarmac from sticking to them. It's simply got that scarifier on the back, which was used for ripping up the old surface so it can be relayed. Puts a tremendous strain on the engine, and if you look at some of them, you can definitely see a bit of a bend in the chassis where things have taken a turn for the worse occasionally. Next one from Richard Parrott of Brandon. And of course it's only really a matter of time before somebody sticks their head round the corner and says, "Oh, can we have your engine with the crane on down the road, we want to lift Santa." And of course there's a whole industry now with heavy lift cranes. In fact, one came past us here yesterday going down to the SAC arena. Very big constant thing, huge difference. We were talking about the overtime earlier on with the miniatures, the candidates have so much space, but of course you have a vertical boiler space at the front of the cab, and you take some far less space, and you'll see that the engine is actually underneath the chassis. I've got the steam wagon, not expecting steam wagons like that and the Liverpool docks. They were rated 5 tons. Docks that had 25 on the back, and there was a guy who used to drive them on Radio 4. He was talking about the experiences. He said, well, it was never a problem. He just done the problem. He just kept up this power. Well, that's steam for you. And we had the parade on the single action engine on this very modern, latest version of the Centaur. He said, well, when's the ignition? I said, well, it's when you find the matches in the morning. He couldn't quite get the hang of that. Don't know what we've got coming in next. Because in the days when these things are chucking around, usually they had a 20 sticker. Yes, in fact, that one's got it. It's still got the 21 sticker on the back. 20 miles an hour was the maximum speed that maybe origins would have to move. Back in the early days, towns used to have their own individual speed limits, and there was one gentleman who was taking a road through a town and found he had a policeman walking beside him with a stopwatch. And the next day he found himself in court, being accused of speeding. He was going half a mile over the 6 mile an hour speed limit. Yeah, I think it's bad now. Who's the driver up there? Let's talk. The person on the steering wheel or the person with his hand on the throttle? Actually, it's the person with his hand on the throttle. It uses the hand on the throttle because they don't like it. So I'm talking to the person with the hand on the steering wheel. I'm not the driver, what? These were developed on the basis that there was a change in the regulations and you were allowed to drive a 5-ton steamer with only one person on board. If it was bigger than that, you had to have somebody on the steering wheel and somebody with their hand on the throttle. Of course, they would be doing the firing up and the water and all the rest of it. All the coal, and you've got to keep it rolling. If you shovel all the coal, you're going nowhere. Choke up the whole firing system, doesn't work at all. You have to keep a bed of fire, various thicknesses depending on what sort of engine it is, and you don't want any holes in where cold draft can come up from below, and you're trying to get the carbon to burn in the coal. And of course some of the carbon comes off the top of the coal, so which is why you see all the way around the track. Let's see who's coming in next.
Yeah, shiny.
The army did a survey some years ago. They wanted to find out what is the wisest, most powerful engine. Diesel engine, of course, came much simpler because they're not actual brute power. Steam. It's a bit quite long-lived. And the next time it stopped was 50 years later, when they needed to expand the size of the packet because the line expanded a bit more drive. So they did that over a weekend. They had earplugs. Go! I wasn't very good. What's the matter with the rest of you? Bit loud, was it, Sandy? Yeah, it can be.
But what we're demonstrating here, guys, is that it's not a lake or a pond. That's a puddle that rolling on a sixpence almost. And those lovely wings again allowing the bird to soar and catch. It's all gone, babes. And catch the thermals. It's worth a try. Always worth a try. But yeah, two completely different scavenger birds with two completely different tactics. You know, the vultures again sniffing out their prey and using that border head to stick their is to enjoy a lovely juicy meal, whereas the kites, let's say, they could scoop a little bit of food off, carry on flying and find somewhere nice and safe to enjoy that. Guys, they did absolutely amazing.
Just starting in the arena then. Starting the programme, which is the heavy horse display, and with the radio mic, and to tell us all about it in the arena is Becky.
Okay, good afternoon ladies and gents, and welcome to our second display here at lovely sunny Shuttleworth. Heavy horses and steam, what more could we ask for? Right, so what we're going to do is get our boys and girls to line up in the middle, and we're going to have them out one at a time and then let you know a little bit about what they do, the horses and the drivers stroke grooms. So for those of you who are unsure, in Great Britain we have 4 main breeds of heavy horse. We have the Shire, the Clydesdale, the Percheron and Suffolk, and we also have our draft breeds as well from our foreign breed in the ring today. So,
This was Triumph 62, sorry. It was the first fully automatic scooter.
Yeah.
And yeah, it still runs today, but not very well.
What's that?
Run far on it.
Run sometimes, yes. These things have a mind of their own. If you're late for work, will they start? Will they? No. Tell us about this one.
This 61 time as well. Got a fair bit of work.
What's this, 1920?
1921. The sidecar's a little bit older. We think about 1919. So it's a BSA Model H2. So 557cc single bolt, so you have to keep an eye on that.
Oh my word! Yeah, that's going to be quite a game, isn't it? Trying to keep that going. And of course, a settling headlamp.
It's got a settling headlamps, and that's, if people don't know, it's work with calcium carbide, and you drip water on it, and that generates a set.
Right, next one is a Douglas. We did about this yesterday, didn't we?
It's a 1926 VW 350. 350cc, twin cylinders, 3-speed gearbox, clutch and good brakes. The 1926 is very good. They advertised it as doing 71 miles an hour in 1926.
Now that's moving in 1926.
It is, I was
thinking for sort of 20, 30 miles an hour.
I was thinking it would do it and all. I've had it up to 60, but that's as fast as I want to go on.
You had enough at that speed, yeah, I'm not surprised. Something more modern. A Honda, 4-cylinder, my word, all four. Not this one battling away, but four of them.
Yeah, this is a Honda CB 750. It's a KT variant for the 754. It was renowned when it came out because it's the first bike to have electric start, disc brakes, and all the mod things. It's responsible for killing off the British bike industry, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they did that, certainly. Yeah, indeed. Okay, next one. Back to British bikes again. This one, let's try. I remember people having these that were whirling about all over the place.
Yeah, it's one speed in 1958. When I got it, it was a box of bits. So it's not what it should look like. It's got smaller wheels on it. It's my daughter rides motorbikes, but she's only got little legs.
That's fair enough. How many thousands of these were there? Oh, good heavens, the best for 14 with hundreds of mirrors and lights and heaven knows what, and you had to have the flares and all that stuff, didn't you? Never got down that road. I never went down that road. So, tell us about this one. How long have you had this one?
This 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Another 300 days.
Yeah. So what we need to do is go down to Southend and join the rest of them going up there. You know they used to have the mods and rockers and all that. Oh yeah, yeah. Kawasaki. Don't like the wind.